first of all, there's no such thing as relationships anymore, apparently. It's all just hooking up, friends with benefits, and never-ending talking stages. It's not at all what it used to be. Like, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby carriage. No. It is first comes sex, then comes ghosting, then comes emotional trauma and trust issues. And then everybody does the opposite of what you're supposed to. So if they like someone, they don't tell them. If they want to be with them, they act like they don't. Everybody wants what they can't have, but then when they have it, they don't appreciate it, so they lose it. So then they'll fight to get it back, and then when they get it back, they don't really want it because they didn't really want it anyway. They just wanted to get it back, but not really have it. Feel me?
It used to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do. Stack money.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out, which are typically around 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Next, I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if it feels like I'm talking about you, you need to check yourself because I'm not talking about all women.
Nigga, what?
If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. All right, guys, today I'm going to be talking about me going a long time just having casual sex with women and what I've learned from it. A lot of guys out there that spend a lot of time pleasing yourself, you don't get women. All you desire for is to have women. Every man desires to have women, regardless of guys coming on here talking about, I'm gonna be single forever, forget marriage. We understand that. I'm the same way, but I'm that way from experience. You're from that way because you just don't know how to deal with women. See, I'm distracted from women with my dreams. That's why I have a second channel, to show you how busy I am. Matter of fact, everybody at my second channel asking me, how am I remodeling these houses and how am I buying these cars? Why don't you go watch my stock market videos? Why don't you go watch my trucking company videos so you can see that I had money way before YouTube? Which is why I don't sell you a course, which is why I don't sell you clothes, which is why I don't sell you a book, because it's simple. She either likes you or she don't. Now back to the video. Today, I'm gonna be going over what it's like to have women that you're dealing with and why it gets old. It's not what you think it is, all right? I can have a lot of women, but I only have certain ones I choose because I do believe a man can have a lot of women, but you actually shouldn't. So we're gonna break down today what I learned from having casual sex. Let's get to it. First, women don't always want casual sex. Matter of fact, women never want casual sex. I don't care if she's the good girl saying she ain't looking for a man. I don't care if she's the wild girl at the party. She's always looking for a relationship. This is how it works with a woman when it comes to casual sex. A woman would tell you, I'm not looking for a relationship because the last guy that she was with was a simp that couldn't please her. But when you get in a casual relationship with a woman, if the sex is good, she wants a relationship because she doesn't want any other girl to have that. That's real talk. And a woman would tell you that. This is one of the reasons why they like to keep the bad boy around, is because the bad boy is really good in bed. Every woman is looking for that man to dominate her. So one of the problems that I had in relationships is that I would have casual sex with a woman, me and her would be on a schedule, but at some point she starts to get jealous. She starts to want to know about other girls. What am I doing? What am I doing here? And then when I tell her, don't question me what I'm doing when I'm not around you, because I don't care what you're doing. What you're doing when I'm not around doesn't bother me. But women, after a while, they don't want to accept that. The only time that they want to keep it casual is when you're not good in bed and when you are boring and not doing anything. When you're good in bed and then when you're not around her, you're busy, she automatically assumes that you're doing something fun. You would say, what would make her say that? Because you're not doing any traits that the last guy did. For one, you've already pleased her in bed. Next, you've already faced a challenge. Now she wants a relationship because she feels like she's missing out on something. That's one thing that I notice about women. If the sex is bad, she only wants to be your friend. If the sex is good, then she wants a relationship. And trust me, I've had bad sex on purpose just to prove my own point. Next, when you're having casual sex, no one really cares how many people you've been with. You don't sit around with a side chick and ask her how many dudes she's been with. Your side chick and your casual friend is strictly there to do all the nasty stuff that you've seen in a porn. You know, you want to act out these scenes. She want to act out these scenes. 9 times out of 10, if you have a casual relationship, she works a lot and you work a lot. That's how it is. That's how most of it happens. It's not like a side chick just sitting around waiting for you to call. If you're not a millionaire and you haven't paid some chick, or your side chick is not on your payroll to where she's just conveniencing you when you come in town, majority of the time, your side chicks and your casual relationships are going to be co-workers. Period. They're going to be co-workers. They're going to be people at your school. But for the most part, when you're an adult, yes, it's going to be co-workers. But one thing that you are going to learn about this, they're not going to care how many people you've been with. There ain't no 40-year-old person asking a 35-year-old woman how many guys she been with. No, when you're 21, 22, and you're still plotting your future, then you're going to ask these young girls how many guys have they been with, because you look at yourself as having a family. All right, but when you get to a certain age and you've been with casual women, you're not caring how many guys she's been with. Once you spread the legs, you can look between the legs and see how much she's been with. You caring if she gonna deep throat, lick your balls, and please you. That's the only thing that matters. No one cares about numbers. Next, you establish boundaries better. It's easy to tell a casual person that you're sleeping with your boundaries. Why? Because you really don't have physical attraction to them. When it comes to getting a side person, that side person has already threw themselves at you, so you already know that the sex is going to be easy. But 9 times out of 10, you're not attracted to them like that. So as a man, we find attraction in other areas. All right, she got a nice booty. She got some nice tits. Damn, that girl sucked my dick all night. Then you start keeping them close. That's when you start to override an ugly woman. It's when she has other assets that are more beneficial to you. So when you have assets that are more beneficial to you and it's not necessarily her physical look, then it's easier to tell her boundaries. It's easier to say, don't call me at this time. It's easier to say, hey, if you do this, I'm just not gonna mess with you no more. Why? Because you're looking for any reason to leave her alone because you only want her for sex. It works the same way for women. When you're a casual simp and you're just in the friend zone, a woman's gonna use you up for what you're offering, but she's always looking for one reason to leave you alone. So understand, the person you're gonna casually have sex with is never gonna be a dime piece. She's never going to be the best looking in the world. She's never going to be the girl that all the guys want. She's going to be some girl that you're only calling after 10 o'clock. And that's real talk. And when you're not attracted to her, it's easy for you to talk to her and give her boundaries to make her work for you. What you got to learn how to do, you got to learn how to tell the pretty chick that. Can you act like that towards the pretty woman? Because I do. Next, it's easier to know what you don't like and what you do like. Why? Because your emotions are not involved. The only time your emotions is going to be involved is when that girl is rocking your boat. That's what it is. If she putting it on you and you done came and you rolled over and she's sitting there looking at you like, you done yet? You going to fall in love and she going to be ready to cut you off. So you have to understand, when you're dealing with casuals, you're going to know what works and don't work, because that's your time to experiment, because your emotions are not involved. You have to realize, when your emotions get involved with women, your frame of thinking change. It changes all the way. It jumps right into fairy tale blue pill world where you're like, oh man, if we don't went on 2 dates, things starting to heat up a little bit. I don't want to mess up because I don't want to go back to being one of those thousands of people in her DM again. So I'm going to do what I got to do in order to survive. Not when you're casual. See, when you're casual and you're not pleasing a woman in bed, she ain't going to even let you get that close to her. You may hit it 1 or 2 times. She may keep you around because you're offering money, but at some point she is going to clip your wings. And when she clip your wings, you're going to be right here at the Anthony Spade channel. Next, most of the sex that you get from casual, after you guys done did the nasty, where she done did some stuff where y'all look at each other funny in the morning, most of the sex you get after that is going to be disappointing. Why is it going to be disappointing? Because at some point, you're going to notice your side chicks have hit the wall. They drink more. They smoke more. They're more lazy. Their bodies are beat up. They've hung around too many guys. You know she's a freak. So now you're like, all right, I know I ain't questioning where she been at, but she is for the streets. You're going to know she's for the streets. When she's with you, she going to be text messaging a dude before you bend her over and bang her out. The whole time you banging her out, there's going to be a guy calling the phone. You're going to see it. You're going to see it flashing. But as long as you're in those, big shout outs to Steph Is Cold, sweet watery guts, you ain't going to care. That's a good phrase by Steph Is Cold, man. I love it when he says that. But when you inside of it, you not going to care what that woman is saying or what's going on because you're just caught up in the moment. So what you guys have to understand is having a lot of women is only cool for a guy who ain't doing nothing with his life, because he has the time to go through all the bad women. Only the bad women are gonna always be down to be casual women, and they're gonna think, all right, let me suck his dick good, let me sex him good, and then hopefully I can win him over. That's what they're betting on, bro. Casual sex is only for wall hitters. If you got some type of value in your life as a man and you want to be known for having some type of value as a man, you must get out here and be picky about the woman you want, but at the same time, you got to be obsessed with trying to be the best person that you could possibly be. Because one thing I noticed, I was always able to keep women coming for me because I stayed in the gym. I always had an imagination. I was always doing something different, but at the same time, I was never in the clubs. I've never had a drink of liquor in my life. Well, let me take that back. I've had sips, but I've never drank at all in my life. So there was no reason for me to be in a club. I haven't been in a club in 15 years. You go over to my second channel, you see how I live my life. All right, I'm outside. I've been outside. And when you outside, you got the experience more than you got the knowledge. When you inside, the only thing you could do is learn off somebody else and try to talk to other people like you know what you're talking about. And that's what I learned about having casual sex with women. It ain't all what it's cracked up to be. Find your dream in real life, find your distraction in real life, and life opens up. Stop caring about what people think about you, and a whole nother world opens up. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys got the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. And a lot of you in the comments, stop hating on my second channel, bro.